Is that for progressing? Is that just MSQ achievements? Nice. Nice. Why they don't redo the audio? Cost. Cost. It's like, it's cost. And there would be all sorts of ethical quandaries about what do they do with the existing voice work. The voice acting community is just not that big in gaming, and so for the producer to come in and write over them, courtesy would dictate that they at least ask the voice actors who did it the first time if they want a chance to fill out the rest. For a lot of people, that would feel correct. I don't know. The whole thing, it just opens up a lot of cans of worms, and it's a lot easier to just say, we're going to create a new starting point with 7.0 or 8.0 or whatever, and we'll just move to higher and higher percentages of voice acting long term. Full voice acting opens up a whole can of worms. They've talked about in the past how, like, sometimes what happens is they realize that they want something to be tweaked a little different because HR or legal comes back and says, hey, in a particular region we need to change some phrasing within a cutscene, and they can just move that to being non-voice acted. Or they can just rewrite it a little bit, or whatever. Voice acting is done way in advance, so it locks all that stuff in. So they would have to plan story much further in advance to get it fully voice acted than they do. So it would change their workflow. As it sits, they already start planning out next expansion at the start of this expansion. They would likely have to be multiple expansions in the future. When they took the interview at the media tour with Rich Campbell and Asmongold, they were asked, like, how does it feel? Like, did it change anything to have all these people coming over from WoW? And the answer was, like, it's not that we don't appreciate you. It's that it can't have changed anything fast enough. Like, this all happened, and we're excited about it, but, like, the stuff that you're seeing, the stuff that came out with Endwalker, that was already being worked on. You would have to kick that out even further. I mean, we could have, like, major community growth, or on the other side of things, major community backlash, and they would be in a position where they're like, okay, but we're already planned 8 patches into the future, 12 patches into the future. How do we adjust for that? You know, and in the movie world, you just kick out production, but Final Fantasy has always been a game with a consistent production schedule. We have had very few patch delays over the course of this game, from 2.0 onward. And so it would be very, very hard to start leaving that up to. He said, like, we will look at, you know, before they announced the new move to the 4-month patch cycle instead of the 3.5, he said, we're looking at the patch schedule. But we never want to be one of those games that has, like, 200 days between patches, which is a direct reference to WoW, who's willing to delay the product if it's not ready. So full voice acting is just something that would be immensely impressive from everything they've stated in the past. Something would have had to drastically change internally to make that possible. I'm not saying it can't be possible, but it would be a drastic change. All right. So I don't remember that scene either. So we are quickly moving into stuff that I don't remember. By the time we get to Heavensward, I was actively pushing the escape key all the time, just by default. There's a couple cutscenes in Stormblood around, like, Tsuki and stuff that I was watching because they're visually interesting, but I didn't really know what was going on. But, like, I have a rough idea of who Tsuki is and why that matters, but it's... yeah. I'm moving into all new content pretty quick here. Okay. So this is going to give me eye level 43 and 44. I'm eye 34, but what's plummeting that is this right side stuff, so I'm really not worried about it. So 46, 43, 43, 40. So I need pants. So these won't be better. I'm doing okay on weapon. So, because I'll replace all this when I hit level 50. Or when this gates me. It's past time that we return to the Waking Sands. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. You say it's of your mind that good games are worth waiting for. That is So, like, to turn that on the other way, to look at it from another angle. As the viewer, as the consumer, as the game player, right, here on the consumer side of things, it's very easy to say that, because while we wait, we'll just play other games. And if they have to delay this game, if they have to take a year off, I could just unsubscribe from this, and I'll just go play WoW. From their end, right, actively putting out content on time actively drives current subscription numbers. So if they want to be paid, like, yeah, nobody will be mad at them, but they also will not be paid. Like, the amount of money that they make is directly in relationship with how often they produce content for this game. So it's very easy to say, like, oh, well, we would just wait. Okay, but the longer they wait, the more expensive it gets to make the content, because they're paying people salaries, and the more people take breaks. So they get less money over more time. So it's very easy to say, like, oh, well, I wouldn't mind. Yes, but you also wouldn't, like, nobody bought 6 copies of Cyberpunk because it took so long. It's not like each time they delayed it, they bought a copy, and then next time it came out, no, they just delayed, and they bought their 1 copy. So all those delays were paid for by 1 purchase. And yeah, maybe you buy, like, a collector's edition or something. At some point, you've got to hit publish. And Final Fantasy XIV is very good at hitting publish. So, now we've got to return to the Waking Sands. My God. My God. I thought we were done with that place. The problem is the Empire has Minfilia, so I don't really know why we're going back. Alright. It seems reckless to go back here. Because at this point, we're basically saying the Empire is our only enemy. And we're going to the only place the Empire's ever attacked us directly. This feels like a stupid place to meet. When we were in a capital. Like, we should have just met in the capitals. Any of the capitals. Alright. Tataru should be around. I bet she cleaned a lot of this. Yeah, the bodies are all cleaned up. Place is still a little bit trashed. I thought Tataru was still around. Huh. I guess I thought she'd still be here. Yeah. Maybe she was captured as well. Maybe I misread that cutscene. Tell me, medium, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it's just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. This is all... Like, that's... It's one better. It's got slots, but I'm not going to slot it, so... I'd say leave it and take the free gear for the white mage. Wait. Oh! Who goes there? Oh, now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? Alfredo? Meteor? Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when I was still in talks at the Owl's Nest. First I knew about it was when I came back and I saw
Yida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that's what still left, the stains. It would hard to know where to start. If Y'shtola had been here to help me. Y'shtola is here too. Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Uldar to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Paulimo and Menfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks they were taken somewhere. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals. One that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants to the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his Allagan weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Menfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo, none of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter. The Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now, I say we rest.
Hear, feel, think. Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Hydaelyn, all made one.
It looks big here. Oh my
Hearken
god.
unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Y'shtola! Media, I see you and Alphino are safe, and Sid. That we five should meet together, other thus defies simple explanation. It is as if the benevolent hand of Master Louisoix guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily. Not now, when the need is so great. I know where Menphilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona, Castrum Sentry.
That was massive. That was massive. Whoa. That was massive. You think I'll hit escape sooner or later? No, I have a separate character. This is not my main. So, this character has limits on what I have to do and how often I have to do it to keep my progress pace. So the skipper in me is totally isolated. Totally isolated. Alright, here we go. Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient Allig, but I saw extensive magitech modifications. An Imperial castrum. 'Twas to be expected, I suppose. Alright, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Menphilia and the others. Yeah, I wish you didn't have such like a Mickey Mouse voice, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Alright. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Meteor. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Korthas. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Whoa. Whoa. We've been there before. This shouldn't be new. Let's do it to it. Okay. Let's head off. I think we should be able to get down here. Achievements in this area. All fate-based. Of course. Of course! Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to fly. That is the downside of starting a new character. The upside is I have, like, all the side quests available, all the beast tribes, like, you don't have to worry about resetting things with New Game Plus. Everything is new. The downside is nobody's leveled, you have no gear, and you can't fly. Alright. And so it should be in the watchtower, right? Oh no, you're downstairs here. Okay, yeah. You got your little office. We've definitely visited with you. Ah, Media. The man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Yustola? But of course. Lord Drillamar confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. I'm not going to do that for one item level. Well, the alternative is just war stuff. I guess I will. Ugh. Ugh. Castrum Sentry. What interest have you in all in the Imperials? They
hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated.
I see.
That might explain our scouts' report. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum. A Hyuran woman, an Elazin man, 2 Lalafels, 1 male, 1 female.
It's them! It has to be! Minfilia, Oriange, Papalimo, and Tataru.
If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Korthas not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadan and a Lalafel, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogadan and a Lalafel, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and they both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Meteor, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed the Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If, as being suggested, the Garleans took our fellow scions prisoner in hopes of understanding the echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the echo. As Lord Portelaine said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality.
At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the scrutiny and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide.
As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational.
Ritatin, you depart for Castrum Olsidens at midnight. You will command the Western Front in Vilebrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not.
No, you won't.
My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet forgive my imprudence, but is it proper to give command to half our forces to I have given you nothing, Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters. 1 hour.
Little go time for them. Isn't Livia romantically interested in Gaius? Alright.
My purpose here is to reconnoiter Guardian activity along Abalathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial ship emergency landing came to us by way of Desmel Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Bryselt, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength.
All right. Not far at all. Should be just over the hill. As opposed to, like, if they wanted me to go to, like, Snow Peak or something like that, those are way out of the way. Alright. Alright, Brycey. What's going on, buddy?
You stand before Desmel Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter.
Well, you guys seem to have a thing for letters.
A letter from Lord Portelaine? So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Arum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there, seeking out a knight by the name of Pierre Mont. He should be able to assist you.
All right. I don't plan on doing the Arum Vale, so hopefully they're not tucked deep inside. That's an optional dungeon. And we got to clear 2.0. And they said the trust system wouldn't support any of the non-required dungeons, so I therefore am not doing them. Because the goal is to complete everything that 6.1 will change about ARR before 6.1 lands. And I am down to, like, days. Days! It is Wednesday the week before. This time next week, we'll be in 6.1. Yeah. Hurrup.
The airship, the Imperial airship, I saw it approach to land with mine own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them.
You guys are ridiculous. Oh, there they are. There they are. Give me the pants. Give me the pants. Give me the pants. Give me the pants. Thank you for the pants. Oh, they upgrade both. A little twofer there.